health care and freeze our wages. It just pained him so to give me the credit that I deserve. And let me tell you something, I won that debate. I won that debate hands down. Won that debate hands down. Had I not won and Cuomo won, he would have been plastered all over the media, but they couldn't do that. So they put somebody else all over the media as a distraction to the real winners of the debate, and those of us who had substance and who responded to real issues. And they didn't want that to happen, so they plastered them all over the place. The chief, the Amsterdam News had endorsed Cuomo. However, when I read their endorsement of Cuomo in the Amsterdam News and what they said about me in the context of his endorsement, it is the best non-endorsement I've ever got in my life. I wouldn't even want, and they slammed him as they were endorsing him. I've never seen anybody get slammed so much by an endorsement. I said, look, I'm glad I wasn't the one y'all endorsed, because I like what you said about me. So the Freedom Party is really moving strongly all over this city. They're talking about the Freedom Party. Everywhere we go, they're talking about the Freedom Party. We have an opportunity to say to this state, this two-party system is over. It's over. We are not going to sit here and allow for a two-party system. Both parties are controlled by the corporate world. Both parties are going to make sure that they balance the budget off your backs. Anybody that comes to the budget table saying there'll be no new revenue raising, that I'm not going to raise a dime, and I'm going to balance an $8 billion deficit without raising any new revenue, they're coming after you. They're coming after your daycare centers. They're coming after your senior centers. They're coming after your wages. They're coming after your health care, your pension. They're coming after all the vital services that our people need. They're coming after you. Then they say I'm too black. Well, I don't know how to be somewhat black. I don't know how to be a little black. Everywhere I go, I'm going to talk about black people because I love black people, and I'm going to raise us every chance I get. Does that mean that anybody else is left out? No. And if people want to be spoken about equally, then y'all have equal unemployment. And y'all have equal infant mortality. And y'all have equal colon cancer, and have equal high blood pressure, and have equal life expectancy. The only people in this state that can really talk equally with us is the indigenous people locked on Native American reservations and catching it just as bad as we are. So we're gonna pay the way. I got this. See, I don't need no help here. See what I mean? I don't need no help. I got it. I got it. Just relax. Sit her down. Have a seat. I got this. The indigenous people, they have been done. I mean, I've been to some so-called Indian reservations and seeing what's happening to them. And then our Latino brothers and sisters, we know whatever we're suffering, they're suffering the same kind of unemployment. The poverty rate in the black and Latino communities, 25% in both of our communities. The area median income in the Bronx, $19,000 for a family of 4. And the Upper East Side of Manhattan, $72,000. So we're saying we're building a movement to make sure that we do something about this, and we can. The people in New York State can say that this $136 billion budget, the $63 billion city budget, we want to make sure that that gets to the masses, that money like that gets to our neighborhoods. We can renovate every park. No one should be homeless in the United States of America. No one should be hungry in the United States of America. Not a single person should be without health care. They talk about Cuba, they talk about Venezuela. I've been to Cuba. In Cuba, there is no homelessness. Everybody got a place to stay. In Cuba, health care is free. Amen. In Cuba, education is free. In America, you can't afford to be born, And you better not die. It's too expensive. So y'all better not leave because you won't be able to afford the funeral. In Cuba, funerals are free. Healthcare is free. Birth is free. Dentistry is free. In Venezuela, the same thing. They talk about these other countries, but here we got the richest country in the world. And you got more homelessness, and you got more people dying from healthcare disease than anywhere else in the world. So the Freedom Party is going to put a change to some of that. So when the 2nd comes, November 2nd, we're going to celebrate. And we're going to have this make so much noise. We're going to have this whole state shaking and rocking and trembling. Because the Freedom Party is going to celebrate on November 2nd. Then after that, we're going to take it to New Jersey. And we're going to take it to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We're going to take it to Washington, D.C. We're going to take it to Jackson, Mississippi. We're going to take it to Atlanta and build the Freedom Party across this nation. Freedom Party! Freedom Party! 5 days to victory! Happy birthday, Brother G2.
Let's hear it again for our candidate for governor. Is anybody here after that presentation? Is there anybody here who has something to say?
Pass the hat.